California politicians are lying to you on your ballot again. They have put a bad ballot measure on the statewide ballot to gut Prop 13 and make it easier to raise your taxes. Coming up, we'll tell you what measure you need to watch out for and what we're doing to fight back to defeat it. I'm Carl DeMaio, chairman of Reform California, and you know that California Democrats and a lot of Republican politicians, although they don't want to admit it, they want to gut Prop 13. Prop 13 is the landmark 1978 citizens ballot initiative that limited the ability of state and local politicians to raise our taxes. It has been an absolute godsend for homeowners, keeping them in their homes by limiting the rate of growth on your property tax. Right now, Prop 13 protections allow you to get your house market value capped at an increase of 2% per year, unless you sell and someone buys it and then it readjusts to the market. So the 2% increase is important because it's a sustainable increase, and it caps the property tax assessment at 1% of assessed value. That has kept Californians in their homes. It has allowed for some much needed relief. Now, it doesn't starve government because in California, we actually pay some of the highest property taxes in the nation, despite Prop 13, because we have higher home values. Saving Prop 13 is crucial. Prop 13 also requires that we have certain voting thresholds on tax increases. It's part of our whole Prop 13 umbrella of rights that politicians just can't simply raise our taxes. They have to get a voter approval. And the Prop 13 movement established different voting thresholds. So, for example, on local tax increases, the Prop 13 movement through Prop 218 established a 2/3 vote on special local taxes. And of course, there's always been a 2/3 vote required for any bonds that are backed by special taxes like ad valorem taxes. So that is Prop 13, and it has protected taxpayers for many decades. But California Democrats, California politicians writ large have chipped away at Prop 13 because they want to raise your taxes and get more of your money. That leads us to what scam has been put on your November 2024 ballot. And it's so important that you're aware of this scam and that you spread the word to your friends and neighbors that they need to vote no on Proposition 5. Proposition 5 is a gut of Prop 13. And the politicians have hidden the true nature of Prop 5. They're lying to you with a deceptive ballot title and description. And that's why our plain English voter guide at Reform California is so crucial that you get a copy of it and spread it around to those in your community. Here's the website you can go to, electionguidecalifornia.org, electionguidecalifornia.org, or go to reformcalifornia.org, click under voter help and click on voter guides. There you will see a number of our voter guides. We have a statewide guide that covers all the statewide propositions as well as key races across the state for Congress, legislature. We also have regional voter guides that cover the same topics, the statewide measures, your congressional and state assembly races, state legislative races, but also all your local ballot measures and local races. And so we cover judgeships, we cover local ballot measures all throughout the state of California. So check out those voter guides. But I'm going to take you to our statewide voter guide just for simplicity here, because it has the statewide ballot measures on it. So here is Prop 5. Let me give you the politician's title on this ballot. This is what you're going to actually see printed on your ballot, and this is the deception that they're trying to pull off. It says here, their title that they selected, allows local bonds for affordable housing and public infrastructure with 55% voter approval. Allows local bonds for affordable housing and public infrastructure with 55% voter approval. So you're looking at that saying, okay, what I'm seeing out of this statement is Do you like affordable housing and public infrastructure? And it would allow, but that doesn't mean that voting for this means that we're approving those bonds. It will be up to the locals to decide. Okay, I'm for local control. Let me vote. Wait a minute. Let me expose the real scam here, the real sinister move that California lying, cheating, and tax raising politicians have hidden here. The real effect of Prop 5 is to lower the number of votes required to approve a tax increase to pay for bonds from 2/3 to 55%. So here's our plain English title, because this is what they're doing, and you should be given the honest assessment. Guts Prop 13 and makes it easier to raise taxes. That is, in essence, what's going on here. Guts Prop 13 and makes it easier to raise taxes. How? By lowering the vote required on ad valorem taxes from 2/3 to 55%. And the ad valorem taxes are basically how they pay for the bonds that they're getting approved. Now, look at the terms: affordable housing, public infrastructure. These people, these politicians, make lofty claims, false promises based upon things that they poll that you want. Road repairs, infrastructure, cheaper housing prices. The money ain't going to go to accomplish that. The money goes to their boondoggle sweetheart special interest giveaways. They're campaign contributors. The money never achieves what they promise it will achieve. It's always higher taxes for you, a higher cost of living, more inflation, money for them that then they basically divert and spend any way they want. We face a cost of living crisis like we've never seen in the state of California. It is really a crisis point. Politicians don't care about that. These tax and spenders will not stop until they get every bit of money and then some, and leaving you with billions of dollars in these bonded debt instruments. Do not make it easier for politicians to raise taxes and borrow in your name. Look, it's not like taxpayers haven't approved common sense bonds. And 2/3 is there to make sure that we don't have an easy path to approval, because what do politicians always do? They dangle carrots in front of voters to get them to tax other people, because they always say, oh, you won't pay. The person behind the tree over there is going to pay. And you get all these goodies that we promised. 2/3 vote is required because we want to make it harder for politicians to try to scam the public. And that only in very clearly justified cases would we have a bond and perhaps some sort of assessment of higher cost of living. So please spread the word on Prop 5. Tell people not to vote for it. We've got to defeat it by a wide margin. Because, by the way, there's also a poison pill in Prop 5. It lowers the threshold for bonds that are on the ballot today. So it will, some bonds, would not pass, but for the fact that Prop 5 retroactively allows bonds in this election to pass at a lower threshold. Again, these are the sorts of scams and schemes that these politicians are trying to affect in your name. I want to call your attention to the other initiatives on this voter guide, because we cover all of the statewide ballot measures. There's a lot of deception on your ballot. So do check out that voter guide at electionguidecalifornia.org, or just go to reformcalifornia.org and click under voter guides. Also, to get a local version of the voter guide emailed to you in time for your ballot to arrive, please go to the bottom of the website at reformcalifornia.org and sign up. First name, last name, email, phone, and zip code. And we will email and text you a copy of the digital voter guide for your area right before ballots hit, so that you can use it and you can share it with your friends. Also, please contribute. We are fighting to defeat not only Prop 5, but a bunch of other tax hikes up and down the state of California. We're also fighting to pass the California Taxpayer Protection Initiative, which would strengthen and protect Prop 13 and make it harder for politicians to raise your taxes. We can't do that work alone. So please chip in a contribution at reformcalifornia.org. That's reformcalifornia.org. That's your primer on the scam behind Prop 5. Vote no on Prop 5. Carl DeMaio, chairman of Reform California. Help us break through the censorship of the liberal media. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and smash that notification button so you can stay up to date on all the developments in California news and politics. Also, please visit the website, reformcalifornia.org, for ongoing news coverage and to join one of our campaigns in the fight to take back our state. If you can, please sign up as a volunteer or chip in a contribution. This episode of Reform California with Carl DeMaio, paid for by Carl DeMaio for State Assembly 2024.